Welcome to a special Huddle in Place edition of Talks Within the Nine-Sided Circle with your hosts Noor Kyle and Mushtaq Ali.
Hey everyone, welcome to Huddle in Place with the Nine-Sided Circle. It is March 31st, and we are on episode 10. And today we want to talk about hope. Now, I'm your host, Noor Kyle, along with my co-host,
Mushtaq Ali.
Yeah, and today I want Mushtaq to get us started. So how would you define hope for us, Mushtaq?
I define it as two separate definitions. And these go along with the archaic definition of hope and the modern definition of hope.
Definitely relevant.
Yeah. Definitely relevant. The first, I call the hope of the evil, the hope of the ego. Yes, the ego can be evil, but not necessarily, but the hope of the ego. And that is wishing for something to happen and thinking that it's going to. Usually something that would be good for you. Like winning the lottery. The hope of winning the lottery is the hope of the ego.
Yep.
Then there's the hope of the essence. And that that involves the idea of trust that things will work out well. So I live in hope of a positive resolution to life on Earth. And that is a more interesting hope. It's a more valuable hope as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And it requires understanding that there are things in the universe that are greater than you.
Yeah.
There is something that is greater than you.
Right, yeah. And the way that we look at that is that we can use the word God. We don't necessarily feel like that's the only way to think about this. I mean, it's just, we are all part of a collective on this planet. In this universe, in that we're all experiencing the flow of energy, and we don't have to conceptualize that as God. We can call it the force, we can call it, collective unity, oneness. It doesn't matter. The fact is, there is always something greater than just us alone. And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I would be very interested to know, for those of you who are listening to this, if you would make a comment down below on how you understand that which is greater than you that you can align with.
Yeah, and this is not theistic. It doesn't have to be theistic if that's not something that works for you. Yep.
So, when you understand, though, that there is something that is greater than you, that can in some way or another give you an impetus towards something, the law of due diligence comes into play.
And we've done a talk about that in the past.
Yes, and there will be a link probably up here somewhere.
Somewhere around there,
yeah. There's going to be a link to the law of due diligence talk because it's important. It's the opposite of magical thinking or wishful thinking. And basically, the hope that we have, the trust that is hope of essence, is that if we do our work, then the universe will do its work with us. Mm-hmm. And that's basically all it is. So instead of going, oh, I have hope that God will protect me, and then I go out and I run around and I go to places where there are lots of people and I'm not wearing a mask and I'm not doing any of this kind of stuff, and I'm going, oh, I'm going to go to this church service because God is not going to allow anybody who is there worshiping him to get the virus. And that didn't work during the bubonic plague. It didn't work during the Spanish flu, and it ain't working now.
Nope.
The rules of the universe say that if you get exposed to the disease, you run the risk of catching it. So due diligence says, take care of yourself. Take every step you can to take care of yourself. And then trust that the universe will pick up that last 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not always easy for us to do, but it's a challenge worth taking on.
Yep. And I think that that's our message for today.
Yeah, I mean, the way we're talking about hope is essence-based rather than ego-based, as we've said. You know, it goes beyond us. It thinks about the bigger picture. It requires input from us in terms of effort. And that's where we're at. Yeah, just keep hope alive by participating in, gosh, what am I trying to say?
Participating in the universal dance.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
such a way that you are doing your due diligence.
Thank you for putting that into words. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
So
often know what you're thinking.
yeah, he's good at that. It's nice.
Of course, you
Cool.
often know what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. That's what happens when you spend so much time together.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So thanks for joining us as always, everyone. And we will be back tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves, each other, and we will be doing the same. Bye.
Bye.